How's it going, everyone? So I'm gonna finish cleaning up this log from yesterday. There's enough here for a load, and I might have a few blocks left over. I'm not too sure. If so, I'll snag these. I got some blocks down the road that I need to get picked up too. So we'll see where we're sitting after I get this loaded. And I might not have to cut anymore, but if so, there's some pieces along the road I can cut. But thank you folks for watching all the videos. I greatly appreciate it, and it really means a lot, you know, and it helps push me to do more. To me, it gets repetitive just doing the same thing over and over and over again, but everyone seems to like it, so we'll just do everyday life, I guess. So I ran yesterday that organ chain. I had used the Dremel with the stone on it before, and it cut really good till I hit the dirt, and then so I touched it back up. I'm gonna try and not hit the dirt and see how long that chain lasts with the Dremel tool sharpening. So funny story, you know, I got thinking after I was, when I edited that video last night about the guy that said that this wasn't a truck, and how I commented, he probably went home and told his wife that. So quick story, we were building a casino, and I was on the project, and then I ended up switching and doing a steel structure. Anyway, I was out to dinner one night, and I ran into this guy that had worked with me on that job hanging sheetrock, and of course his wife was there and stuff, and he went to the bathroom or something, and boy, she started telling me all kinds of stories about, to start it off, she says something along the lines is, yeah, my husband pretty much built that whole casino. I said, oh really? Had me laughing. And I said, yeah. He said, he was a pretty decent carpenter. Oh, he's probably the best one they had on the crew. And I said, oh, yeah. I just let it go, you know. And then she says, yeah, he comes home and tells me about all the stuff he has to fix, and all these other guys' mistakes. And I looked at her and I go, well, I thought he built the building. Well, some of it he didn't do, and the stuff that's messed up he didn't do. I was like, oh, boy. Said, well, I'm glad they got someone there to fix it. And the stuff she described was the stuff he was sheetrocking. Oh man, some of them guys crack me up. But as long as they make a good story up for their wife. No, that's something I never could get, you know. If you make a mistake on a job, own up to it and fix it. You know, I just had that discussion with my oldest son today, right before he went to school, and I said, you know what, it's a lot easier to own up to your mistake and say, yeah, I'll fix it. I messed up, that was my bad, I'll fix it. Versus, I don't know, I forgot, you know, throwing your head down and trying to get out, weasel out of it, you know. But that's like when I was foreman. I messed up 2 walls. They were parallel walls. And what I did was read the blueprint wrong. I read face of framing and not face of finish. You carpenters and stuff will get that, but I read the blueprint wrong because it kept switching up through that. It was on a tablet, and it kept switching up. You know, one page would be face of framing, one page would be face of finish. Well, anyway, I messed these walls up, and they were like 4 inches off. And we got them all built. I think it was the plumbers that come in, and they're like, them walls are wrong. They need to be moved. And I looked at the blueprint, and I was like, oh, man. So I ran downstairs, threw my tool bags on, and my superintendent was there. He's like, oh, what are you doing? I said, I'm going to go help them guys tear them walls apart to get them moved. And he goes, oh, you ain't got to do that. That's why you're foreman. Foreman ain't got to do that. And I go, BS, that was my mistake. It wasn't theirs. I was the one who laid them lines out on that floor for them to build. And it didn't take long. It took us maybe 20 minutes, you know. But it's something I never could get with foremen and higher ups is when you make the mistake, why do you take it out on your guys? That's one thing I never ever done. You know, when I got my butt chewed for not having something done in time, or a mistake, it could have been someone on my crew, but I never handed that butt chewing down the way I got it. I would go up and say, hey, this is where we messed up, let's fix it and move on. And you know, you get guys and gals that get into a higher up position, and boy, they beat their chest and belittle people. I do not put up with that whatsoever. And yeah, anyway, I'm rambling. But that's what I was laughing about last night was, man, that man built that whole casino by himself. And, it was a good story. But anyway, I'm going to get busy. Decompression button because I'm a sissy. Story. And you know, when you're starting out a business doing stuff on your own, last night I got a text from my landlord, and she goes, hey, so and so is looking for a cord of wood. And I go, I just took that person 3 cord of wood, and I was scheduled to take him another cord next week. So I texted the customer and I said, hey, I just was informed you was looking for a cord of wood. If I done something wrong, let me know. And you know, if you decide to go with someone else, that's totally fine. I respect that. And the person says, well, I just want straight tamarack. And I said, well, last year they had told me it didn't matter, fir or tamarack. And what I brought them this year was 3/4 tamarack. And I had mentioned, I said, well, I'll have to look for some tamarack trees in the area I'm cutting. I said, but it might be, you might have a little bit of fir mixed in. And they just want straight tamarack, which I get, you know. So I said, well, you know, I'd hate to lose you as a customer, but I respect the fact, you know, you want what you want, and just know that I will go and get what you want. But the understanding, it was just a misunderstanding last year. You know, they had said it didn't matter, fir or tamarack. Well, this year they decided to go with tamarack, and like I told the person, I said, you know what, I mean, if you wanted to go with someone else, there's no hard feelings, but I would hate to lose you as a customer, because this is the second year, you know, I thought we established a pretty good relationship. And they said, no, we just prefer tamarack 100%. And I said, okay, that's fine. That's what you get. And, you know, they wasn't happy. I wasn't happy, you know. I always try to do a good job. Unless it's for someone that's totally unreasonable, then I don't even try and deal with them. I sell them what they want, and they ask for more, and I just tell them I'm too busy. But, yeah, make sure your customers are happy. I'm not doing it just to make a couple extra bucks on the weekend. This is my livelihood. This is my job. And I was unsatisfied with myself having them post on the social media they were looking for 1/4 tamarack when I had scheduled next week to bring them some firewood. But like I said, it was just a misunderstanding. But yeah, like I just got done saying, you know, to my boy, own up to your mistakes. You know, I misunderstood. I was under the impression they didn't matter, fir or tamarack. Which fir actually has higher BTUs than tamarack, but that's what they preferred because it splits a little easier and it's more straight grain. And there's no problem with that. So yeah, own up to your mistakes. If you're doing this for a business, make sure your customers are 100% satisfied. Don't do a half-assed job and go half-cocked all the time, because then you ain't gonna have any customers. So anyway, I forgot I was gonna add that in. I was thinking on the way up the hill, and you know that I wasn't happy because my customer wasn't happy. You know, and like I told them, I said, if you want to go with someone else and they have a lower price, that's fine. You know, no hard feelings. I don't hold grudges, and I totally get it. You know. But anyway, be honest, work hard, make sure your customers are satisfied all the time. So anyway, I need to get busy. Finally starting to get a little bit of moisture. That's awesome. It can keep raining. Rain don't bother me. You know, that story and my coworker and his wife and stuff, that's pretty awesome. She believed in her husband that much. And, but gentlemen, be honest with yourself first before you go home and start bragging. You know, ladies, stand by your men. She was proud of her man, that's for sure. But, yeah. Gotta be honest with yourself first. Dang, softwood is so spongy, it just doesn't want to split. You know, and the men that go to put other men down on what they're doing, they're not comfortable in their own skin. You know, something inside has to be mentally wrong to lash out and go and put other people down. I'm no psychiatrist or nothing like that. I'm just one man who likes to work with his hands and his back. But lift each other up. Don't, you know, I've made one suggestion in my whole YouTube, ever since I've been watching YouTube, since, you know, 2011, 2012, I've made one suggestion to one YouTuber, and I almost regret it, you know, because I didn't understand their style of falling timber. This was quite a while back, and all I said is, hey, maybe try this and stuff like that, see how it works out. And you know, just saying that, I regretted it because I don't know their style of timber falling, you know. Yeah, I joke around, softwood, hardwood, East Coast, West Coast. And that's just because guys get on here and try and give us flack about softwood and long bars. And so, got to give a little bit back, you know. But it's an all good heart and fun, you know. You got to be comfortable in your own skin. You know, like I said, when anyone could say anything they want about me, but when it comes to my family and my friends, You know, and that's when you'll see me get a little riled up. But it is what it is. You know, as men, it's in our DNA to be protectors and providers for our families, and that's one thing I will go to the ends of the earth for, is my family. As every man should. You know, and as a provider and stuff like that and protector of my family, I've had to make decisions in life to shut people out and, you know, tell them to hit the road, because it honestly is an endangerment to my family. May not be physical, but mentally. You know, there's a lot of people who like to get under everyone's skin just to see them miserable, and I won't allow that in my family. You know, I grew up in a miserable family. I'm gonna be straight up honest. Well, on my father's side, just miserable, dramatic, drama, and you know, and that's where I broke that chain, broke that link in that chain, you know, with my getting mad at something bad happening. My uncles and dad and my aunts on my dad's side of the family, holy, they drop a pencil, boy, they're flying off the handle, cussing and kicking, and it's like, what is wrong with you? But as a provider and protector and stuff of my family, those are my decisions I had to make. Yeah, they were tough ones, but you know what? I want my kids, I want my lady and my close group of friends to be happy all the time, you know, and you can't have that with drama and folks, you know, just wanting to bring you down to their level. So outside of my household, you probably won't see much of my family at all, and I'm not sorry about it. Not that I'm embarrassed, it's just I don't want to live miserable. I love my family dearly, I do, and I've told them time and time again, you know what, I love you, but I cannot deal with your dramatic just lifestyle and putting people down. My uncles and dad are bad about that. Of course, that's why I cut my dad out of my life. There I go rambling again. But yeah, be happy, you know. If you don't want to be happy, go be miserable by yourself. Don't bring others down. Trying to live life to the fullest and do what they want to do. Now, like I tell my kids, my oldest boy's into technological stuff. Video games, TVs, everything like that. When I was a kid and I enjoyed stuff like that, I got told, oh, you don't need to do that. You can't make no money doing that. Go do this and go do that and go here and go there. I'm the opposite. I tell my kids, if that's what you love to do, find a way to make a living at it. That way you're comfortable. You don't have to be rich. But if that's something you love to do, go and do it, you know. In their free time, you know, they get their homework done, they get their chores done, they get to do whatever they want. But you start giving me any grief about doing your schoolwork, oh boy. The way it goes, it's technology. But you know what? Encourage everyone to go and chase their dreams and be what they want to be. That's just like, yeah, I'm gonna stop right there. Just be happy. You know what I mean? Excuse me. You know, a lot of my thinking didn't really hit me until I was 26 years old. And I was laying on my deathbed. That was ever since then in 2016, it's been a rough life till I met Kels. And that's why I would say Kelsey's my guardian angel. She brought the real me back out. You know, for some people, it might take laying on your deathbed to realize what you have and what you've accomplished and where you want to go in life. And my dreams before my accident were the same as they are right now. But I was in a different marriage. I was a whole different situation, and yeah, ended badly. And then I got my accident before it ended, and ever since my accident, you know, I live every day like it's gonna be my last. You know, I try to anyway, because, you know, you know, I ain't gonna tell a story right now, but be happy. Dang good firewood, that's for sure. I think I caught it just in time. You folks can correct me if I'm wrong. You know, this sapwood, it was starting to get a red ring, and I noticed it's getting, you know, it's still dry, dense wood, but it's getting that look to where in another year or so, with moisture getting under the bark, that it might start rotting. So I'm glad I saved it in time. I think the bluing comes from dying in the fire and being burned. A lot of our pine does that. But you know, it started to get a red ring on it, but now it's good dense wood. Nice and dry. What do you guys, I can't remember the name of it. Is it Chris? Dang, I'd have to look. You're gonna jinx me, brother. He asked how many windows have I knocked out, or if I've knocked out the back window. Think of how many windows. Not on this truck. I've only knocked out 2 rear windows. One was in my '88 Toyota. I had my 4-wheeler loaded up in the back and was driving a mountain road. Sun was in my eyes, and I come around a corner and I didn't see the road was washed out, and I nosed into the washout and slid my 4-wheeler forward and shattered my back window. And then another time I shot a bull elk. Here's a big 5-point. It's in my diesel. I just got done quartering that bull up, threw the quarters in, and I had the tailgate shut for some reason, so I was just going to throw the head up over the side. And when I did, I thought it was in there all the way. Well, the head rolled, and the horn smacked the back window and knocked the back window out of my Dodge. So only 2 back windows. I was heck on front windshields for some reason for a little while. One time I just got a brand new windshield. It was spider web. I just bought the truck and went out cat hunting one night. Just got a new windshield in. We were flying down the back road, snowy road at night, looking for a cougar track, and come around the corner and there's a little tree across the road, and I smacked it just right, shattered my brand new window. It had only been in a few days. So there was 2 right there. Couple, I've had a lot of rocks hit the windshield. Actually, the other day I was hauling wood and a gravel truck went by and put a chip in this window. What do? Do you get mad and throw a fit? Heck, if I knocked that back window out right now, I'd start laughing. Just hope I got it on video. Anyway, I'm gonna start stacking. Well, got loaded. I'm gonna get out of here, get this delivered, come back, clean the rest of this up, and I have a few blocks down the road. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Yeah, it was fun. Just had to buck it up and split it and throw it on. Not much to it today, no falling. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Remember, be honest. Yeah, be kind. Don't be dramatic. You know, things don't go your way. You know, move on, move forward. There's nothing to get too bent out of shape about, you know. Stuff happens, and it's all how you deal with it. If you want to make things worse and add to the fire, well, that's your decision, but sometimes it's easier just to move on. Anyway, rambling again. Love you guys, wish you good health and happiness as always, and we'll catch you on the next one. So, hope you guys enjoyed today's video. So, just getting some firewood loaded up, second load today. You guys remember when the lightning was really close on that video? If you haven't, I'll drop a link in the description. Go check that video out. But I'm going to show you the results of lightning, and it had to have happened that day around that time, because that was the last time we had a storm roll through this area. But this was maybe 300 yards down the hill from where I was cutting that day, and I never noticed it that day. You know, it could have happened after I left, but it's pretty crazy. I got you guys flipped around. Check out that tree from top to bottom. There's only one thing that could have done that. Sorry, it's dark. It goes almost clear up to the top. crazy. There's a nice wood tree right there. It's kind of leaned out that way, but I could probably kick it off, get it to land on the road. Yeah, it's not a bad tree. I'd have to fall a couple that size to fill the Ford though. There's another nice one back there that I could probably wedge over. A few more tamarack right there. But yeah, I just figured you guys would like to see that. So yeah, follow up on that day. So if you guys haven't checked out that video, you might want to go check it out. On the thumbnail picture, it's I don't know, about 6-8 times. It was pretty funny. About had to change my pants after that one. But yeah, I was sitting there splitting firewood, and man, the lightning sounded less than 100 yards up the hill, and this is just down the hill from that spot. So pretty crazy. Stay safe. Wish you good health and happiness.